Hello everyone. So by popular demand, I am going to stream again today. I've been playing a bit on and off for the last couple of days, just haven't had a chance to sit down and stream on a consistent basis. But we're going to give it a shot today. Now, as you may or may not be able to see, I am using a deck that I call Yes Fandral. Why? Because it has Fandral in it. It hasn't been that successful though, as you can probably tell from the fact that I'm still rank 5, and because I'm telling you that it hasn't been very successful. I'm not sure why. I'm thinking of changing up this deck a little bit, but I'm afraid to do it. The change I'm thinking of making is removing my one ultimate infestation for this guy over here, the Gadgetzan Auctioneer. Now why would I do that? Because I'm finding that there's been somewhat pervasive use of the Skulking Geist. So that means that the Jade Idols have to be drawn as quickly as possible and played as quickly as possible, because before you know it, they're gone and end of story. For example, the last game that I played, it went on forever. And I thought I had him. It was a warrior that was playing a deck, I don't even know what to call it. He just kept gaining armor and armor. He would put down the blacksmith and then use his hero power to deal 1 damage to all minions. And that he had, I think when the match ended, he had more than 100 armor. But I figured, well, I can still fight him off, because the minion that he was using to deal damage was the Arcane Giant, and he was replicating it through some spells where, you know, your entire hand is copied and thrown into your deck, or some iteration of that. So anyway, he was going ahead and doing that, but I knew that I could eventually overpower him because my golems would just be overpowered. But, and here's the kicker, he played the Skulking Geist. My Jade Idol's gone. Suddenly I don't have a consistent draw to fight back. So the part of that game was also the fact that I didn't draw very good card draws in the beginning. I had 2 swipes in my hand for a long time. He didn't play any minions. I had Earth and Scales. I had Wrath. I didn't have Feral Rage, but also the Spreading Plagues. Nothing that was really helping out. So anyways, it goes to show that sometimes you really have to think outside the box. Speaking of thinking outside the box, I have to make a decision here. Initially, I was thinking of playing the Auctioneer, playing Innervate, and doing a little bit of draw, seeing what comes up. Actually, that is what I'm going to still do. Then we'll couple it with a Feral Rage for the 4 attack, get rid of the Tar Creeper, and use these 2 guys to get rid of the despicable Dreadlord. So sometimes things work out even though you're not really expecting them to work out very well. Oh, guess I forgot that was another spell. Okay. So as you can see, I found much better use of the Auctioneer than of the Fandral. I replaced the Stonehill Defender with the Fandral. What's he going to use to kill him? Shadow Bolt. Alright, that's a decent spell. And here's the other kicker. By having one Auctioneer in the deck, I found that that severely limits my choices. Because in previous games, I had been using the first Auctioneer as a ramp up and the second Auctioneer just to dominate. So that's sort of the issue here. Now there's another problem with Ultimate Infestation happening right now that ties in with the Skulking Geist, which is the fact that most of the times you can't play Ultimate Infestation until fairly late in the game. And when you're playing it, if they've used the Skulking Geist already, then Ultimate Infestation is actually a very bad card to play. Because suddenly, you're drawing all these cards, but you can't refill your hand, and due to the other cards you've had a pretty good draw. In most games, I have a lot less cards in my hand than my opponent. Or in my deck, actually, not in my hand. And that changes. Okay, what to do here? It appears that this will be a fairly simple proposition. Primordial Drake down. He heals everybody. I use the Jade Golem to get rid of Trailblazer and then smack him in the face. So that's sort of what's been going on over the last couple of days about my thoughts on this particular deck and how I'm going to reach Legendary, which I only have today and tomorrow to do. In the immortal words of Panaka, it's looking pretty bad, or it's pretty bad out there. Only a few of you will get that joke, but the ones that do are hopefully laughing right now. It's alright if you aren't. It wasn't a very good joke. It was a terrible joke in the movie, but I think that's part of what makes it super hilarious. Now a decision has to be made. I can use this swipe as well as a Primordial Drake to get rid of the Doomsayer. Do we want to? Question here is, how important is the Primordial Drake? I would say it's okay important right now. Let's keep it on the board. I found that unlike other decks that I've been facing, the Warlock decks have been fairly okay, meaning that they don't try to flood the board and just overwhelm you. So the use of an AoE such as Swipe is not going to be that detrimental. Okay, see? Well, no, even if I had kept it, it wouldn't have made a difference. So I have to get rid of that right now. And I can, thankfully, by using 3 damage Wrath, using my hero power, and then I'll throw down the Jade Behemoth as well. It's not a situation I want to be in, but it's not like we have a lot of choices right now. Okay, so we could really use one of the 2 Nourishes or even the Ultimate Infestation on the deck. An Ultimate Infestation would be quite good right now because I only have 1 card in my hand. And okay, how am I going to deal with this dude? Fanvil, completely useless right now. An Auctioneer would have been better, because then I could have played the Auctioneer and the Spreading Plague. So at the very least, I would have had a draw. Now I'm not even sure what to do. I am going to play the Fandral, put him down. Perhaps he can think of something, and then just attack his face. See what comes of it. Attacking Medivh, it wasn't going to be very effective right now, or useful. Interesting. What do I play now? Okay, so we've got the Jade Idol. I'm probably going to throw that down. We're going to throw it down at the end though. First, the Spreading Plague. And I know that because I've made that mistake before, by inadvertently playing a minion and then going ahead and playing these Spreading Plague. It's really not as effective. It might have cost me a game once as well. And therein lies the problem with getting from 5 to Legendary. It's very hard to recover from your mistakes. Every move must be perfect. Your deck must be perfect too, which is a bad combination. Interesting choice for a Shadow Bolt target. I guess he realized that himself as well. This is interesting. Doomed Apprentice. Wow, that was not a very good use of Medivh's staff there. Alright, this is not looking good. I don't have any good draws. What are we going to do about that? Well, let's take out Medivh and let's keep going after his face. Oh, so good news for all the people that wanted to actually see me play, not just see my play. I might be getting a camera soon. I haven't decided which one yet, or how I'm going to set it up or anything of that nature, but it's looking like a possibility. Oh, and ignore everything that I said earlier about not having a good AoE. Apparently, a good AoE is very, very important right now. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. This stupid apprentice. I can't even play the ultimate infestation unless I get an innervate. I might be... No, I'm not going to be dead next turn, but it'll be close. So yes, I'll be getting a camera soon, and then I can finally use this channel for what it was originally intended to do. Which was... What again? Yes, which was to... Ah, he's smart. Smart, smart, smart. He rethought that. Well, this game is over. I'm not gonna take the time to finish it off. Well, did I make a mistake in this game? Perhaps. I mean, I did use that swipe, but it was needed. I don't think I made a mistake in that game. I think I did what I had to do, and it worked out the way it was going to work out. So anyways, going back to my original thought, I am going to be doing the reviews that I had promised in the channel description. Both movie and food reviews. I should work on getting this Arthas dude. Apparently you have to... hold on, what do we want to keep here? Let's keep the swipe. Let's take out the earthen scales. The reason for this is that I've seen a lot of... well, I've seen two types of Paladin decks. One are the Murloc decks, and two is that crazy deck where they play the burgling bully, whatever you want to call that thing, where every time you play a spell, it puts a coin in their hand. And by doing that, and then using the... I forget... Man, I can't remember the names of any of these minions, but the minion that refreshes your hero power every time you use a card. So what they do is they end up using the Paladin hero after they have a whole bunch of coins in their hands, play that, and then just summon the 4 horsemen. The first time I saw it happen, I was somewhat flabbergasted, because at that point you're done. It's similar to the time warp mage, unless you have some sort of crazy what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. I guess a secret. Yeah, I guess the only way to really defeat that deck is to have a secret in your deck. A counter spell at the right time. Perhaps some sort of... Oh, at first it looked like he had buffed up my minion. And I was like, that's an odd play, dude. But hey, more power to you. Okay, let's get rid of this dude. Wonder what sort... Okay, so this is looking more and more like a Murloc deck. I could throw down the Primordial Drake. That would do 2 damage to this, and... Well, no, I'm not going to be able to play the Primordial Drake next turn. Decisions. Just going to use my hero power and smack him in the face. And sit back and think about my actions. Next turn, I may play the... Next turn, oh well, no, maybe I do need to play the Primordial Drake. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play the Auctioneer. We're going to use Innervate twice. Use Wrath, 3 damage. to get rid of the hired gun and see what happens with my last card. I may want to just take out the Silver Hand Murloc with my hero power. Because that way, unless he uses some sort of buff, he's not going to be able to kill off the Auctioneer, which is what I'm hoping for. That the Auctioneer stands for another turn. Or what was more important was that he didn't use the Silver Hand Murloc and the Vilefin Inquisitor together. Okay, so there we go. That's the buff. And there come the two Murlocs. Oh no, that's bad. This is bad. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Earth and Scales is not going to help me. I could use a Nourish, get 3 cards, and then what? Then we wait and see. May have turned the corner here. And there might not be anything I can do about it. He may have enough on the board to kill me. Oh my god, you're right. He does have enough on the board to kill me. Let's just redo the math here. 6, 10. Okay, he doesn't have enough on the board unless he again plays some sort of buff, which there's a decent chance that he will. He's 1 off right now, according to my math. Is he? There we go. Man, I have not been having a good luck. The problem is I don't want to go ahead and change my deck. Why? Because I feel like I've gotten used to it. But it's not helping me out as much as I need to. So I'm going to do something insane here. Oh yes, the Ultimate Jade. Haven't played it. Don't have all the cards for it yet. So we're going to take out the Ultimate Infestation and put in an Auctioneer. It shouldn't change my gameplay that much. I hope. I mean, the Ultimate Infestation is a pretty good card. But I need better draws. Everything life's trade-off, I guess. So I have tried to see how I can get my card list to show up on the streaming screen as well. Haven't figured it out yet. I'll keep trying that. Because I think that it may help explain my gameplay a little bit better if you can see exactly what I'm seeing in terms of really 2 Jade Spirits right off the bat. So, as I was saying, it may be better if you can see my complete thinking with my entire deck in front of me. It doesn't impact my choices all that much, but it gives me a better idea of what's going on in the game. The most popular archetype of the rogue that I've seen recently is similar to ones that I've seen in the past, where they just, I don't know what they call those types of decks, the draw decks, where they just go ahead and keep playing cards that will try to outdraw you. Now, a Jade Idol is great theoretically at fighting that, but with the Skulking Geast, all bets are suddenly off. Decisions. No. We are going to hold off because I'm thinking of the next few turns. Next turn, I'll use the hero power to attack a minion. Turn after that, we'll use the coin and the Jade Spirit. And the turn after that, we might use the Innervate and the Jade Behemoth. There's also a chance that we may need to use a swipe as well. The point is to save myself from 1 damage it doesn't seem like it's worth it. Right now we have a lot of different choices and we need to keep those choices open. Apparently the best players are thinking 3, 4, 5 moves ahead. I tried to do that. Doesn't always work. A well-placed swipe could clear the board here. But no, we're going to... Are they all pirates? They are all pirates. I'm going to hold off on that swipe. So right now my original plan still stays, where I go ahead and the next turn use the coin and play the Jade Spirit. Turn after that I can use the Jade Spirit by itself, and then turn after that we're going to leave open, because at that point we'll have 2 different cards, or 2 additional cards than we do right now, and different decisions may need to be made. There's also a possibility that on turn 3 I go ahead and play the Innervate and put down the Jade Behemoth. Ah, okay. Well, right now the original plan stays, especially with the inclusion of this Earthen Scales. I can use the Earthen Scales on the Jade Behemoth. Oh no, probably Aya Blackpaw when I play it. Meaning on turn 4. On turn 4 we'll use the Innervate, play either the Jade Behemoth or the Aya Blackpaw, and then use an Earthen Scales on something. On one of those. Probably the Aya Blackpaw, because it has a higher attack value and it'll end up providing me with a greater armor bonus, which could be very important right now. Interesting play. Interesting play.
Give me a quest.
Oh, these questing adventures can be quite troublesome. I may have to use the swipe next turn to get rid of them, depending on how much trouble it's causing. This game is going way too slow. I mean, perhaps I shouldn't complain too much. I did lose the last 2 games. Ooh, this is not good. That's not good. That's not good. So my original plan of playing the Aya Blackpaw is out the window. We need to go ahead and play this Jade Behemoth and use the Earthen Scales. Oh, do we want to use the Earthen Scales on it? No, we're not going to use the Earthen Scales on it. We're still going to hold on. No, I think we may have to use the Earthen Scales. Okay, let's use the Earthen Scales on the Jade Golem. Why? Because this is going to die. There's not much doubt about that. And they both had the same attack. So I figured I would use on the Jade Golem, perhaps get a little bit of extra survivability out of him, and help, and use it to help launch a counterattack. Whoa! Ah! Yes. The swipe. Phew! So I've got the Auctioneer, but I can't use him next turn. It'll be a waste of a turn. What to play next turn? Let's see what pops up. I'm surprised that he used my hero, which even I don't have access to. I mean, it makes sense from a certain viewpoint because the rogue hero is a dagger. It's one attack over 2 turns. Here, it gives him a lot more options suddenly. Oh well, he's got the right idea. I can go ahead and play the Auctioneer, play the Innervate, and play the Jade Blossom, and see what you get. And remember, we still have another Auctioneer in the deck to really mess things up for him if things go well. So I wonder if this is a case where he's just thinking long and hard about what he's going to do, or he's like me, that he goes and does something else while he's playing. Watch some TV, go and look for funny pictures on the internet, read a book, play another video game, who knows. It's not that complicated, especially not right now. Well, maybe it is to him, because I have 19 health. He's got a handful of cards.
My turn is not.
Oh boy, this is taking forever.
My thoughts are plagued.
It's a lot of cards that he's drawing. It's an interesting play too. It's very surprising. Very surprising. So let's do a Nourish and a Jade Blossom. 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's start with the Jade Blossom. Why? Because you always want to start with the lower cost spell, because it'll give you more options later on. I mean, in this particular case, it didn't really matter much, but still. Okay, let's go ahead and play the Jade Idol. Now, unless he plays a Skulking Geese next turn, I should be in a fairly good position to push forward. Meaning I can have quite a few draws next turn by using a Wraith. Even on one of my own minions, I've done it in the past. Wild Growths, 2 Wild Growths, that's 4, 5, 6 draws next turn. At the cost of just 6 mana. 1 drop per mana, that's not too bad. And if I draw Jade Idol in that, it's even, we can get an even better rate of return. So let's see now. Oh, well, I guess he got tired. I'll take the win. He may have been thinking that because he didn't have the Skulking Geese, he wouldn't be able to outlast me. Alright, who are we playing now? Shaman. The vast majority of these decks have been transformed decks. Meaning if he gets too many boards on a minion, it's game over. To fight him. It's quite frustrating when you have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that can be played on turn 1, and you don't draw a single one of them. It's a good play on his part. Question is, how do I respond to it? We are going to have to take it out right away. This needs to go. It cannot stay. Like I said, if he gets too many minions on the board, it's game over. Now, there was one time where I was playing against a shaman, and it was a pretty close game. He had a bunch of minions on the board. I had a bunch of minions on the board. I don't remember the exact configuration right now. So anyways, he had a bunch of minions on the board. I had a bunch of minions on the board, and he used transform on all of his minions at the last turn of his game. Last turn, I guess, as the last mana of his round, turned into oh man, the story sounds terrible because I can't remember any names. It turned into that minion that destroys every other minion on the board, and he had a whole bunch of other really good minions, and they all went away. It was great for me because I could easily recover. It was terrible for him. He lost that game, as you can probably imagine. So now a decision has to be made. Do I go ahead and take out the Manatide Totem with my Feral Rage, or do we need to start getting some sort of board presence? Let's go with a little bit board presence. So far, I've only been reacting to what he's doing. I need to take command back a little bit. Oh boy. Maybe I don't kill him at all. Let him just overdraw his hand. I doubt that's going to work, though. I mean, this is at the end of your turn. He draws cards. I can get rid of the next turn. He most likely has a lot of small cost cards. Maybe he's just going to use transform now. No. That was a mistake. And we're gonna swipe this dude right now. Swipe. So we need to think about this a little bit, about who exactly we're going to swipe and how we're going to swipe. He has what's in his hands. No, don't swipe any of these two. Swipe this. We're gonna swipe the Flame Imp. Yoink, yoink, and yoink. Also, thankfully, next turn I can play the Primordial Drake if he plays a lot of 1 and 2 cost or 1 and 2 health minions to clear the board again. Oh, don't use it. Ah! Ah! I forget that that is... What is this thing? Okay. This is going to be painful, but it must be done. Must it? Yes, it must. But bear with me for a moment. I'm thinking, why can't I go ahead and play these two Jade Spirits, regain some board control, and no, I have to take out the Auctioneer. That's a must. And then try to retake the board and just push back hard. I mean, he has some AoE. Ooh, not good so far. Actually, it's quite terrible so far. Okay. We go ahead and play the Primordial Drake and then smack him back in the face. Let's do it. This might not be enough. It's probably not going to be enough. There it goes. Oh! Okay, that's... okay. That was pretty bad. That use of... oh man. Who's on? Nobody's on. I mean, somebody's on, but nobody that I would much care for right now. Know exactly when that game turned around too. Nobody cares about the wild. Okay, so decision has to be made here as to what sort of deck my opponent is playing. The vast majority of druid decks that I've faced have been either the Jade Druid deck, wherein I need to ramp up the Jade Golems as quickly as possible, or they've been the Rush decks, where Feral Use comes into play. Those were almost worse cards than what I got rid of. Not by a whole lot, but pretty bad. So I've heard mixed reviews on whether you should use the coin and wild growth in your first turn and not. In this particular case, I've decided to not. Partially because of the auctioneer and the fact that every spell that I can use, especially a zero cost spell such as the coin, can be quite useful in drawing. So I'm pretty sure I know what type of deck this is, but I'm going to fight back against it right away. The worst is when he uses an innervate and then throws down the, what's it called, the fledgling. That hurts. Alright. Jade Spirit, go out there and do some good. And next turn, we make a decision. Most likely, I'm going to go ahead and play the Jade Behemoth. Now, I could play the Auctioneer. Ooh. Innervate. And Primordial Drake. Yes. Yes, I think I will. Get rid of both of these. Do some damage to the Hydra. So yes, initially I was thinking of playing the Auctioneer, the coin, and then alternate scales on the Auctioneer if nothing good popped in. But that's not what I'll be doing right now. Let's see what we get. Oh wow, this may be the end of the... oh, Spreading Plague to the rescue, maybe? Maybe. Also depends on what I get next turn. I'm going to need that swipe or the other Primordial Drake, without which I am again dead. I've been thinking of playing... oh my god. Really? This is quite ridiculous. I mean, did you see that? How do you fight against that? You can't. Maybe stuck at rank 5 for the rest of this stupid game. Oh my god. Oh. I mean, to be fair, that what's it called? The spreading plague really did save my behind last round, but looks like it's not going to be enough this round unless I get on the spreading plague. No, I'm not going to be getting in the spreading plague. However, I'm going to go ahead and play the auctioneer. Play the coin. And play the innervate. No. See, if I had drawn the spreading plague, it's a 5-cost card. May have still been able to do something with it. 3 damage wrath. Nourish, no good. I'm still dead next turn. Yes, I am. Nothing to be done about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, a Feral Rage may have been good too, but I got nothing. It's pretty bad when you lose as a druid when you only have 9 crystals. And that's game. So it hasn't been a pretty run so far. Out of the last couple of games, I've only won 1 because my opponent left. And there's a decent chance that he could have won that game if he hadn't left. But we're gonna give it another shot. Perhaps 1 or 2 more. I would like to win some before I go to sleep tonight. Losing all the time is, oh, it's not good. I will keep one of the Jade Spirits. The rest of you have got to go. It's not much better, but at least the wild growth I can use on turn 2. Feral Rage, where were you near the end of the last game? Could have given me 8 armor and let me survive. Maybe turn it around. Yes, I do mind. Go away. This should show me what 3 cards that he's looking at, so I can cheer for the other 2 cards. But nobody listens to me. Wonder what sort of deck this is. I mean, so far it doesn't seem that insane. See, a Fandral or an Auctioneer would be great next turn. Okay, so this gives me a very important clue that he has only 1 of each. Oh, perhaps I'll be able to actually make use of this. Hooray. Who do I want to get rid of? I'm not going to be able to get rid of Raza the Chained. But we do have... Okay, here's what we're going to do. Maybe we do get rid of Raza the Chained. How do we get rid of Raza the Chained? I don't know yet. I'm still thinking. Or do we get rid of the Curious? No, let's get rid of Raza the Chained. And let's use the coin and give himself Arthur Scales. And that'll be it. I can use the Innervate with an Auctioneer. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but part of the reason that had kept me from using 2 Auctioneers... Ah, there it goes.
The end is coming!
Part of what had kept me from using 2 Auctioneers earlier and keeping the Ultimate Infestation was the other side of the Skulking Geast equation, which is that I may need some quick armor and quick defenses. What to play here? Let's play the Jade Blossom to gear up, and we'll use both of Feral Rage to armor up. It's always an interesting decision to make when there's a Doomsayer on the board. Thankfully, what to play here? Don't have enough to play both of these, which is what I would really like to do. So we're gonna go ahead and just play the Primordial Drake and call it a day. Next turn I can play both of these. One thing to be mindful of: the Priest hero power, it destroys all minions with 5 attack or more. So just thinking that I have a whole bunch of Jade Golems on the board is not going to help me. Interesting play. Interesting play. I wonder how he's thinking of playing. He's probably thinking, oh, he's probably going to use his spell next turn. Ha! Little do you know, sir. Not nearly as smart as you think I am. Because he knew that I had to use a spell to get rid of the Burgling Bully. I had 4 attack using the Primordial Drake, and then 1 more from my hero power, and that was it. How is he going to use the Gluttonous Ooze? He's probably thinking of using it between the 3/3 Golem and the Eye of Blackpaw. Problem with either of those ideas is that even if he got rid of the Eye of Blackpaw, I would have a 5/5 Golem come in its place. Decisions. Well, what's he going to do now? Oh, Shadow Word Death. He gets both of it. Alright. We've got an Auctioneer. Let's see what we can pull off. We can use Innervate. And I'm going to use Nourish for the 3 draw. Now give me a... Oh! No, bad idea. I am an idiot. Get rid of this first. You are an idiot.
Job's done.
Ah, beautiful. So even if he takes out this Auctioneer this turn, I can throw down another one and have a whole bunch of draw. It's an odd card for a priest to have. What sort of crazy deck is this guy playing? I honestly don't know. Huh. Okay, I need to be careful now. Because I have 10 cards in my hand. Oh! I guess I scared him off. Yay! We are not dead last in rank 5. Okay, what do we got now? Hold on, as this game is starting, I'm going to try to see if... No, that's not going to work. I just need the overlay to show up, not the actual deck tracker software. Okay, think about what cards I need here. None of you don't like anything here. The good chunk of the mage decks that I've seen at this level have been the time warp decks, and with those decks the only thing you can do is just rush them. There are two other, well, I guess not really one other deck type that I've seen with mages, which is the new hero. It didn't have a lot of success against me. I was able to overwhelm it with Jade Idols, but looks like we know exactly what type of deck this is. Deck we need to push hard against as fast as possible, otherwise we're dead. I didn't have a lot of success against these types of decks in the past. I've had a bit more success recently, but it may simply be that everybody that's good at this deck has gone on to bigger and better things like Legendary. Near the end of the month, everybody that was going to reach it has already reached it. It's probably not going to be still lounging around rank 5. We're going to give it a much bigger, harder, stronger push next month. But now we have a very important decision to make, which is what now? Nothing in my hand is good enough to really play. I don't have any draw spells, I don't have any minions that will lend me... Is he really looking at my hair now?
You look very familiar.
Okay, we can put down Jade Spirit. So far, he hasn't used any spells, but I know that he has at least 2 spells in his hand that didn't start off in his deck. And he just used the second one. So what do I do here? I'm gonna go ahead and use the Wild Growth. No counter spell. Mana Bind. Why not the Swipe? May as well. But the problem is, I still don't have enough strength. Nourish would be really good right about now. That's not a Nourish. That's not a Nourish. Okay, what can we possibly do? A Swipe. Get rid of the mirror image. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, alright, that's what we'll have to do. But I mean, am I really doing that for A 2/3 Jade Spirit? No, I'm not doing that for the 2/3 Jade Spirit. I'm doing it so I don't completely waste a turn. But I get rid of a swipe. Ay, ay, ay. Decisions, decisions. No, no, it wasn't well played. It was a stupid move.
My thanks.
Well played.
Oh.
The end is coming!
There we go. See what I mean?
Amazing.
But this time I have a different answer for him.
For the wild.
Taha! Take that!
Amazing.
I worked out a lot better than I had hoped or expected. Next turn, which I'm already looking forward to, we can draw quite a few cards, which are always, it's always a good thing. We'll start with the Innervate, the coin. Oh, double Wrath. Why not?
Hello.
My greetings.
Okay. Let's see. Hopefully it's not a potion of polymorph. Nope. Okay, let's start with a coin.
Amazing.
Good so far. We countered the coin, which is awesome.
Amazing.
Innervate. Oh, another Innervate. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Ah, perfect, Jade Idol. Let's shuffle it back in. Actually, oh, that's great. Alright, what do we want now? Let's do another Innervate. Jade Idol. Nourish, let's hold off onto that. Jade Blossom.
Time waits for no one.
Blackpaw Hold. Earthen Skills on who? Earthen Skills on this dude. Another Jade Idol, but we have to just hold on to it. And he's got an Ice Block.
Thank you.
Flame Strike? I don't know.
Let the pain speak to me.
An incredible discovery!
But he can't use it this turn. He'll have it next turn. Alright, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What needs to be done here? Well, let's just attack his face with everything we've got. And the ice block comes into play. A swipe could be really useful right about now. But no, I don't have enough. No, no Jade Behemoth.
Time waits for no one.
We've got 9+. That's all I'm gonna draw. Oh, I don't have any swipes left. That's probably right. Another ice block. He's trying to desperately draw something that will trigger. Setting it up for a flame strike. Good for him. I suppose. 8 armor. Ice block. Anything else I want to use? No. No, we hold. This is the first time I've had both a Fandral and an Auctioneer. There's that Flame Strike. What am I going to draw? It would have been hilarious if it was the other. Ice block, okay. To throw some things down right away. Jade Behemoth. I'm not shuffling it back in there. The good thing about a swipe you need something that will keep me in place.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
So yes, as I was saying, a good thing about swipe is even if he does manage to keep me in my place, that swipe will still take him out.
Amazing.
Well, I guess you should realize that I don't have any. Oh, the rage is not gonna be enough either.
You look very familiar.
Oh boy. So he's managed to put it together. Oh, wait a minute. He doesn't have enough space to put them all down there. I'm just gonna end my turn. He doesn't have enough space to put them all down there.
Amazing.
He knows that. This is great. Ha! He needs at least 4 of the what do we call them? Sorcerer's Apprentice. He doesn't have enough space right now. Oh, if only I could use Earthen Scales on him. Alas. Alas, alas, alas. Wait a minute. Aha. Just screw with him a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He needs to get rid of both of them. Oh, I forgot about the other one. He may have enough space. Oh, he's gonna make the space. Is he gonna make the space? Does he have enough? I think he does. This is terrible.
You require my assistance? Aha!
Amazing.
That was the craziest way I've won this round ever. Oh wow. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's terrible because I'm still stuck at rank 5, but that was a good win. Oh man, I almost don't want to play another game. I think I'm going to call it on that note. That was something else. So, good night.